Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm JR, it's the Driveway Engineer. Welcome back. I'm back at Regal U-Pull and Save in Howell, Michigan. You guys love the Junkyard videos, so I do some more of them. I'm just here to give the people what they want. I want to look at a couple of I like this place because they have like cool, like look at that, there's a Continental, suicide door Continental. I love this place because they can't have that kind of stuff, but like everything LS related is picked over. This is a Comet or maybe a Cyclone or a Maverick. I don't know why I said Cyclone. Oh man, last time I was here this thing was up. They've already started picking on it. Yeah, I thought I might do maybe some videos showing you guys like some off the beaten path stuff to look at. This is cool. I wonder why it's in here. What is that, a Fury? I don't know. I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments. Pontiac Parisienne. I never knew how to say that. If you know how to say it, let me know. Well, this is, what the hell? These don't belong in here, do they? Those are cool. Those look like GMT 400 buckets, so that's weird. Maybe that's the thing. Anyway, last time I was here, everything was like really picked over, right? And all the LS stuff was gone and wouldn't do you any good. But there's still lots of stuff you can use in the junkyard. I think by now everybody's pretty familiar with the Taurus fan upgrade. Excuse me. But the fact is that you can get fans out of almost anything nowadays. Probably not that. Ford Windstars work really good. I don't see any around. I don't see any Tauruses either. There we go. It's a whole pile of Tauruses. So yeah, these fans work great for swaps, mainly because they flow so much. Hold on a second. One's a dual. Most people use a single off of, I think, the 3.8. I don't remember. It's been a while now. It really doesn't matter though. And then there's these little fuse and relay boxes are pretty good. Ford's is pretty good about putting maxi fuses on stuff that are pretty easy to find and adapt to something else. Fans. What else do we got? Whole row of Cherokees. So these are another thing. The Grands aren't really good for much unless you want seats or whatever. I noticed, I'm thinking in my mind, all right, like this battery tray, right? This thing's plastic and flat, and I bet it's pretty easily adapted to other things. Plus it has a relay right on the side of it. So that might be cool to use. I need a battery tray for this one's pretty cool. I don't know what's in this box of mysteries underneath it, but yeah, that's pretty cool. You can mount that on a fender well or whatever, and you know, put your hold downs on it. hold your battery. That would be easy, very, very easy to adapt. Oh, looks like it's broken. It's broken right there. So, you can pull these out of a Grand Cherokee, like the old square ones, apparently. The ones out of the newer ones look not bad. This is another one a lot of people are aware of. The Jeep Cherokee shaft upgrade, the steering shaft in this, if I can get it down there. I don't think you can see it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the shaft in this thing has a U-joint on it instead of a rad joint, and it's pretty long, so you can adapt it to whatever else you want. So it's good to get rid of the rad joint in, like, you know, older trucks like my C10. And it beats paying like $300 for a Borgeson. This isn't going to be any easier to see. Yeah, there it is. So that's the U-joint. U-joint shaft that comes in these. I mean, this is like hot rodding, right? This is what it's about. Figuring out what works, figuring out what you can use, adapting it to your pile. Again, this battery box, to me, battery tray, to me in these WJs looks like it would be pretty straightforward to adapt to something else. It's a sad little Dakota row. Looks like these also have a battery little command center deal. Here's a square Dakota. I'm told that on these, the door rubber is perfect for a C10, square body C10. There's a little bit too much length, but this apparently gives you a very nice fit and makes the dimensions. So you'd have to come in here and pull this trim to get it out. So I just tried to pull it and it won't come. You have to pull all this trim, but there's a couple of those, 3 that I can see, 4. And there's just stuff everywhere. It's got to be a little inventive. Dodge loves these plastic battery boxes, don't they? That one might be pretty good to bolt to the inside of a fender, stand up like that. Let's see what else we got. Oh, there's some vans down there. Caravans. I notice all these Dodges still have the motors in them. I guess nobody wants those. It's like the Dodge minivan of shame area. These Explorers, if you can find a square one like that with a V8, it'll be the 5-liter, and it'll have like GT40 style intake and heads on it, like a Cobra. If you can find one. By now I think most of them have been crushed and smashed into Kias, but they used to be out there everywhere. Here's a Windstar or Freestar or whatever. It's got a nice big fan in it, as usual. I've taken the radiators out of these before too. They're aluminum. It's a Mercury Villager, same thing. Yeah, see, it's a ginormous dual fan setup in there. So you can get that on the cheap. There are a freakish amount of escapes out here. What's going on with all these escapes? In Michigan, that would have been a high pinion Dana 44, which is like the perfect front axle for a solid axle swap on almost anything. In Michigan, most of those trucks are gone, crushed. That's an F350, so that would have been a ball joint Dana 60. Or maybe it had the TTV, I don't know. Denali's have the fancy interior in them everybody likes. People want to upgrade to. That one's all beat up. It's my experience when you find them in the yard, generally speaking, they're all beat up. But here's a GMT 900. As somebody snatched the seats out of that one. There's a crew cab square body. I do appreciate that they leave the wheels on a lot of these out here. I would like to set a better 5 large steel wheels like those. As a matter of fact, that's what I want. It's only one. They're a little hard to find. People took them off, threw them away, but another thing, right there, these GMT 400s have a distribution block right on them, which is helpful in wiring. It's the earlier ones. This one will be like an 88 to 93 or 4 with the stupid dash that had the things that slid up. The newer ones did away with them. When they went to the Vortec, they didn't have them anymore. Put us in there. You see that cover, it's got it. And that's pretty helpful in wiring. You can use it as a ground distribution. You can use it as 12-volt hot distribution. Just makes it easier. Another junkyard part that makes your life easier. These bench seats will fit square bodies with a little modification. That's generally how they look. I would need a red one. Blue is not appropriate for my truck. This sad soul here. But it's got one-piece vents. It's got a plush seat. Oh my word, I gotta take a picture of that. Hold on. All right, yeah, I gotta show that to my wife. This is gonna be a newer truck. Oh, this is like an 87. It's gotta be an 87. No, it had a 4-barrel on it. 5.0 liter. It's hot rod. Let me see what else I can find or think of for you guys. I know I've mentioned before that these S10s, 2 things about them. I'm going to get every poor S10 in the yard picked over. For one thing, not only do they have, if they're the right year, the 411 PCM, but you can also adapt that mount really easily to other vehicles. So see what else we can see. F bodies. See a herd of F bodies. if I were to build a big block, that's not one. It would be out of I would build a Vortec out of a GMT 400 like this. And I do kick the idea around of grabbing one for my wife's Olds 98 from time to time. I don't know that I'll ever do it, but I might. These catfish style F bodies have dual electric fans in them too. I'm not gonna crawl around inside that thing trying to get the hood open though. I think the hood's open on this Firebird, so I looked at it last time I was here. Some snowmobiles have electric reverse, which would be handy in building a buggy. You wanted to build a buggy. I want to build a buggy. I don't have the garage space. Anyway, those things have electric fans in them. So that is a Vortec. I think that's a 454. Some of these have 8.1s in them too. We have to look at the RPO. These big 3500 HDs, which is what they call these, would either I just crashed through all the hell. I can't make that out. I think that's pretty sure that's going to be a 454. I don't think they ever put that kind of goofy intake on the 8.1. But yeah, that's a place where you can get brackets, and then the brackets on these big blocks tuck in closer than the later trucks, like my 2500. So if you're swapping into a square body, you'd want the brackets off that. Buicks are fairly blasé and worthless. That's probably going to be it for this episode. Hopefully this gives you some ideas on things to look for and what kind of cross-reference you can do and how you can make things work. Until next time, be sure to keep watching and liking and sharing and subscribing, and I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you.